I'm Irwin Sheldon, and I live in Saunderstown, Rhode Island. I'm fascinated by these boats. I'm fascinated by all traditional boats and sailing. And one thing that really impresses me about the guys from Bequia I know is they can do anything. And you know, I think a lot of that is because of the tradition of whaling on first hand, but also this tradition, which descends from it. These are just souped-up whale boats, after all. And you know, and I'm really fascinated by canoes generally, and these are just the biggest sailing canoes in the world that I've seen. And the athleticism it takes to sail them, and all the skills that it requires to mount this whole thing. And I think it's really important that it be preserved. It's really important for the West Indies generally, and it's magnificent for Bequia and for the Grenadines. And you know, you know, these things are getting lost, and I think they're really, really important. All these skills that they develop. I love this boat. I love the fact that it's the fastest boat, and it's also the most traditional one. And you know, I love it has the actual gaff rig that was developed for the whale boats.
Okay.
And
you really do know your boats.
When the gaff goes right up against the mast like that, I mean, to make it basically a Marconi.
Okay.
But you know, it's still a gaff. And these guys, you know, I think the athleticism it takes to have 4 guys out in trapezes holding these things down. I mean, they're unbalanced. They're basically dinghies, and they're huge, and they're incredibly powerful and fast. And there's so much fun to see them sail. And you know, when they're coming in and they've got to come around, 4 guys on the trapeze, they're all going to do it all perfectly and get out on the other side. It's extraordinary. And you know, I've enjoyed meeting all the people that are involved in this thing. Alex, the sailmaker, and Andre, who's mounted this whole thing, and I'm so glad that there are still some people from the other islands that come over here and do this. I wish it was from all of them, and you know, I love the fact that everybody in Bequia is out on the road looking at these things. Bequia is a natural place for looking at races. I mean, the America's Cup. The America's Cup course is offshore, or at least it used to be, and the only way to see it was from a boat. But here you can just see it from your porch. It's really great.